Yeah. Right. What is meant by a fully expressed life?
That's
So,
what my question.
correct. So,
Yeah.
what are the answers to that? Fully expressed life is about being, that is day to day, most of the time, you are in touch with yourself and the world that surrounds you. That means you are in touch with your higher self. The soul within, the doer within is in touch with the higher self. That means you are
Okay.
living in awareness, right? Then he is talking about being able to relate to pretty much anyone and everything in a healthy way.
Okay, got it. Yeah, but because not blaming,
Correct.
yeah, seeing
About
the
living
beauty.
each day secure in the knowledge that you are developing your core gifts with discipline, devotion, and confidence. Okay. That means you are enjoying what you are doing,
Mm.
right? Come Monday morning, no feeling of, "Arey, yaar, today I have to go to the office." Nothing, right? About being able to enjoy your unique contributions in all arenas of your life, big or small.
So you enjoy whatever you do for
Exactly.
that's
Right.
yeah, big con.
So,
Yeah.
a fully expressed life is available to anyone who is willing to put in the work required to bring their natural gifts and many other hidden gifts to fruition,
Fruition.
right?
Yeah.
They can only find their gold using their own specific treasure map. I can't use Bala ma'am's treasure map and find gold. In other words, like the old English, they say one man's fruit is another man's poison. Yeah, right. And then he is talking about they can only find. So, what they need is not to have answers given to them, but they have to experience and find and explore their answers, right? But some prompting and guidance to find those answers for themselves. Here, psychological astrology is the source of that prompting and guidance.
Wow. It's like intuition.
Yeah,
Correct.
right. So, what is psychological astrology? Astrology is often misused to prescribe solutions, attributable stereotypes, and make excuses for human behavior. That is not astrology. Because astrology is used like that, right? So, what is he saying? Psychological astrology does none of these things. It is an evocative and inspiring inquiry into all your divine possibilities that honors the choice and
What
responsibility
is it?
to have your own life.
What is evocative?
I also don't know. I didn't bother because the context tells me the meaning, so I didn't bother about it.
Yeah, got it. Just inspiration. But so it inspires us
It is
and
explorative. It is more explorative in nature.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
So I posted this other book also. I will post the PDF of it. So what are the pointers pertaining to that? Right?
Is this the yesterday's book's content, sir?
Yeah.
You posted. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have finished already reading?
No. I have finished the introduction. Who
Oh,
are you anyway? what's your true personality? What are you meant to do in this life? Just
Life
like
purpose.
huh? Your purpose.
Life.
Correct. So now the elements and introduction. Wisdom gleaned from the natural elements. That means wisdom came out of the natural elements.
Yes.
Right? What are those? Fire, earth, air, and water. A foundation of healing practices in Chinese, Native American, Vedic, and Tibetan cultures is linked around these. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Then they correspond to your sun sign. These elements and their combinations, they correspond to your sun sign. That is, Aries is fire. Taurus is earth. Gemini is air. Cancer is water. Right? Cancer is water. What next? So we should realize we are made up of fire, air, earth, and water. Okay. Electrical impulses zap throughout our bodies to stimulate our muscle cells and fire our neurons. See, he is establishing the connectivity beautifully.
Yeah.
Right? Our carbon-based bodies are built from the very same building blocks as stones and soil. Okay? We can only go 3 minutes without air, and our body weight is 60% of water. So he is now explaining what is it that we are made of. We are the wisdom of elements, thinking, feeling, loving, experiencing, learning, questioning, and exploring. We are the elements. Right?
Correct.
Beautifully, he's
Yeah.
taking us through that.
Yes. Very nicely they put it. Yeah.
Right? So, our relationship we have done. We deny ourselves our deep connection to the natural world at our own peril. It is time to bring elemental wisdom back into everyday awareness. In a way that honors how much things have changed since humankind first made fire. Now link this to the 4 civilizations, the lesser civilizations.
Yes.
Right? So
Fire region.
beautiful synchronicity between them. Okay. Now what are the domains? Overview. 12-part journey. The overview of the 12 domains is nothing but the 12-part journey into your most exciting possibilities, a reality. A journey into reality to be along with the exciting possibilities that it carries. Guided by the elements of fire, earth, air, and water. It will unlock your completely individual elemental codes, with each chapter delving into the interplay of elements within a group domain of life. Right? The domains are based on the astrological house system, which means 12 houses, right, of the zodiac, which divides the experience of being alive in a human body into 12 areas. This system, again, just note this 12 areas, right? I was immediately linked to Y12, right?
Yeah.
Each is 30 degrees again, right? So this system, this system for organizing our life experiences into parts is, to my knowledge, the very best one that exists, not only for development of the self, but also for the development of relationships with other individuals and to the collective of all the people. This is the objective. Beautifully stated, right? Now,
Yes.
for the remaining part, we will go to the book once. Now, for the remaining part, we will directly go into the book and continue thereof. We have a
Sure.
new joinee amongst us. Manisha ji, namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you for welcoming here.
Yeah. So we are starting another book because today we don't have the usual number of attendees. So this is another book which I have posted in the group. You are there in the group, ma'am?
I was introduced by Mr. Sudarshani Mishra, and he sent me a book called The Way to the Soul.
No, the
So
map
I
to
am
the soul.
not
The
in the
map
group
to
yet.
the soul. Yeah.
Yes, the map to the soul. So I have just started reading today, and I'm on the page 6. I ordered in a journal also so that I can jot down everything and map the whole soul journey. So I'm
Okay.
just
Now,
beginning
I've also
with you.
posted the audio book.
Okay.
So, sir, she is not in the group at this point.
You please,
She is a friend.
you
She's a
add
friend
her.
of mine.
Yeah.
I haven't added. I'll add her, or I'll ask you to add her. I'll send her.
Or send her the link. You can send the link, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Right. So now we continue with the domains, right?
Yeah.
Wait, domains has not come. Which is this? Oh, this is use your planets wisely. No, this is not what I should be reading here. Where is that book one?
But isn't it the same thing you sent us in the Thinking and Destiny?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the one so that I can store it. Otherwise, I will have multiple copies. What is this one? This is map.
Use your planets wisely.
Map to, yeah,
A map to your soul.
correct.
Yeah.
One sec. No, has it come? Oh, okay. I've already saved it. Good. So now, yeah. So domains, we
So
can
she's
from here, ma'am.
explaining. So she's explaining about what is a domain.
Yeah. So that's what I also gave the introduction. Not whatever is highlighted, we have covered.
Yeah.
So we can start with finally it develops.
The domains are based on the astrological house system,
That we
which
finished.
divides.
Right? That we finished. So we can start from here.
Finally, it develops the self as a microcosm of the universe. Each human being contains within them the ingredients of all of life, all four elements, and the elements are expressed uniquely across each person's 12 domains. So she's saying each human being contains within them all the ingredients of life and the four elements, and the elements are expressed uniquely across each person's 12 domains. Exploring
It
this
also
system.
help us understand the last chapter of, the 10th, the 11th and 10th, 11th and 12th chapter of Thinking and Destiny.
Yeah, the patterns, psychic destiny pattern.
Correct.
Exploring this system for yourself will support you in best expressing those qualities that are uniquely yours and that also contribute to the web of all human life.
So now, basically, in other words, this also means that he takes that soul contract decoded. You have the two triangles that I keep talking about: karma,
Yes.
lessons, talent,
Yes.
right, and goals. One of the goals is pertaining to, one of the domains is pertaining to relationships.
Oh, correct.
Okay, so if you really go to the content, just to generate interest on this topic, right? So first domain is the first impression. Okay. The next one is your core values and worth. The third one is how you speak and listen. Home inside and out. Creating and loving. Anahata Chakra. Okay. Then habits and health. Seven is support roadmap. How you visualize and all that. Right? Eighth is intimacy and sex. Ninth is make believe. 10th is legacy and lasting impressions. 11 is the sacred group. So probably your higher self and yourself and all that, right? And then how these 12 contribute to a fully expressed life. Okay, so let's continue.
I have chosen to refer to domains rather than the astrological houses themselves for two reasons. First, because each house refers to many areas of life, and I want to focus on just one or two of those areas, the parts I have found to be most valuable to consider on the path to full expression. And second, because I want this book to work for everyone, whether they have astrological knowledge or not. Understanding and being able to navigate the house system in astrology is not a requirement for folks who want to take this ride with me, but knowing more about the houses in astrology will only bolster your understanding of the domains as I will describe them. If you are interested in expanding your knowledge of the houses, you can refer to Appendix 2. As you work your way through this book, these domains will become your framework for examining the dance of the elements in your life. Dance of the elements in.
Ramakrishna Garu, when we are looking at diabetes, right? Just like we have got a template of Arshad Vargas, we will have a template of these also in that 12 dimensions or profiling that we are doing. We will merge that.
Okay, let's go next page.
That's it. That's domain.
Okay, looking ahead. As you go through these 12 chapters, you will have abundant opportunities to assess yourself and to enhance your understanding of the people in your life. As you develop your own magical formulas for synthesizing the elements, you will come to feel like life is going with you instead of against you. You will develop confidence in your skills to regain your equilibrium when you realize you are out of balance. So she's saying we feel comfortable going with instead of
Correct.
against the life.
Right.
The domains. Yeah, this is what the 12 domains are based on the 12 astrological houses. Each
Ah.
domain represents a different area of life. First house, awareness of self, appearance, outward personality. This is the lower, the body self. That's why
Correct.
she put yes. Second house, values and personal resources like money, skills. The third house, thought and communication. Fourth house, home, parenting, inner security. Fifth house, creativity, romance, fun, children. Sixth house, work, health, self improvement, self care, daily service. Seventh house, partnership, including marriage. Eighth house, sex, death, other people's money, sharing, surrender. Ninth house, philosophy, higher education, publishing, religion, long trips. 10th house, career, status, reputation. 11th house, groups, friends, community contribution. 12th house, spirituality, solitude, institutions, transcendence.
So these 12 actually are more similar to the unified.
Mm,
Yeah. Beautiful.
yeah. And basically, it is going higher up. See, the final one is
Exactly. So here you can also look at the Maslow's law of um,
going up and, yeah, steps.
the Maslow's the triangle, the Maslow's law of what do you call development.
Correct. Ascending.
Hmm.
Yeah. As this house system provides a perfect map for examining our attainments and possibilities, as this house system provides a perfect map of examining our attainments and possibilities, I have used it as a frame for the 12 domains in this book. Okay, next. How to use this book. You don't need any previous astrological knowledge to benefit from the elements. It is a book for all people who want to have a more fulfilled life. The assessments and practices in this book will reveal the same truths about you and your elemental strengths, weaknesses, and areas ripe for growth, whether you relate them to your astrological chart or not.
Okay.
Put
Now,
another
here,
way.
1 minute. Today,
Sure.
I posted another book, if you people have seen. This is the workbook. Okay.
107 pages. A map to soul.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
107 pages, and this is a book which accompanies the audio book.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This accompanies the audio book. So, see how beautifully he has listed. Huh? This is worth noting. Okay. You are able to
So
read
what?
this. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Role
when you are
assessment.
assessing, right?
Yeah. What were you assigned roles? What were your assigned roles or qualities in your family of origin? Check or circle all that are true. Clown, bad boy, bad girl, bold, selfish, athlete, autonomous, creative, entertainer, truth teller, angry, religious, seeker. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so the fire element in you, right, covers all.
So these are related to fire.
It's not at over. Yeah, these are the earth elements.
Okay. Earth, good girl or good boy, helper, hero, achiever, self-reliant, and practical, loser, materialistic, caretaker.
So
So
this
these are
defines your earth element chakra also. Stability or problem in the stability.
uh,
Okay.
so next
Go to the air
A,
element.
So the root chakra.
Correct. That
yeah,
becomes the
the
root. Air is your anahata.
yeah, peacekeeper, rebel, but here there is rebel also,
Yeah,
thinker.
rebel also, no. It is if your anahata is not displaying love, it is the negative of what are the qualities of the anahata chakra also.
Correct. So reasoning and rightness and reasoning.
Correct.
Yeah. Rebel, thinker, scared, airhead, weirdo, talker, mediator, outgoing, friendly, brilliant.
Right.
So either it be either positive or negative. Okay.
Now this is your swadhisthana.
Yeah. Water, scapegoat. Scapegoat, sensitive, dreamer, quiet, feeler, secretive, patient, addictive, codependent, safe, the big crier, intense, sexual, spiritual, crazy. So those are the water elemental. After completing this assessment, notice what elements have the most checked or circled qualities or roles. This will reflect well the persona you carry and the mask you wear. In astrology, it will probably correlate well with the meaning of your rising sign and or any planets in your first house.
Okay.
They
Let's continue
correlate.
with how to use this book. So Anna, I just wanted to say we could use that exercise book alongside while we are working on this book.
So you how to use this book? You don't need any. Yeah, all this we have gone. Put another way. Let us say you choose to engage wholeheartedly in the processes laid out in this book before even looking at your natal chart. You could then obtain a chart and a report, or even a reading with a psychological astrologer. And I am willing to bet that you will find everything you learned here affirmed. Wow, you would already have done the work of knowing yourself deeply through the chapters covering each domain.
So this
That,
gives you a reflection of who am I.
yeah, personality.
Correct.
The book I am reading, Map to Soul, this book that we are reading today is a complementary in terms of it complements the same book and
No,
moves to the
it
next
is
level.
completely the same book.
It is same book.
This additional one, which I have posted, Mishraji will send it to you. This is posted along with the audio book.
Thank you. Now I have the understanding. Thank you.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, we'll continue, ma'am. You will find.
You will find special illuminations, tips designed for you. If you have a basic understanding of the birth chart, which would include knowing the signs, understanding the houses, and knowing how to read the elements with each house, you may want to refer to your chart as you move through the exercises.
Correct.
Going through the inventories and assessments with your chart as a reference. Going through these inventories and assessments with your chart as a reference can expand the learning and growth possible with this material. You will be able to see the balance of elements in your chart and how they correlate to the answers you give for each of these assessments. Each of the astrological house in your birth chart is ruled by one of the 12 astrological signs. And the astrological signs have elemental makeups. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are fire. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are earth. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are air. And Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are water. You will see them mentioned from time to time as the element related to each house or domain in your chart. It will influence your natural gifts and growing edges in each area. If you're completely new to astrology or want a less intense learning experience, you can simply enjoy the assessment tools and the practical exercises for your own betterment and happiness. Or you can turn to Appendix 1 for a general introduction to astrology.
Okay.
Wow.
We are
Amazing.
not interested in astrology. What are illuminations?
Illuminations. A note for advanced seekers. If you are already familiar with the language of astrology, or if you simply have high motivation to squeeze every last bit of wisdom you can from this book, you may want to obtain a copy of your natal chart and a report that explains the chart fairly extensively. Many websites now offer free chart generations and reports. Cafe Astrology and Astro.com are two that I would recommend. All you need to do is enter your birth date, time, and place, and voila, you will have a free chart and report in hand. Please keep in mind, however, that a computer can never account for the total complexity of your unique.
One second. A computerized report.
A computerized report from a free online sources is just a beginning. So, okay, please keep in mind, however, that a computer can never account for the total complexity of your unique experience and inner knowing. No algorithm can capture you or in your true essence. A computerized report from a free online source is just a beginning. My recommendation to any advanced seeker is to get a legitimate reading from a skilled psychological astrologer in order to fully grasp the dance of the heavens in your chart and your own best ways to explore your patterns and opportunities. Visit jenniferfreed.com for recommendations for fabulous psychological astrologers.
That is revenue for them. Sales pitch.
In each of these 12 chapters, you will learn how to use the elementals to your benefit and to the benefit of others within a specific domain of life experience. Each chapter contains an assessment tool, quizzes, or self evaluations where you will be invited to reflect and self examine. These inventories will support your personal investigation of all the things that truly matter for a fully lived and expressed life. One important note, even if you know your chart, take each quiz or assessment without layering your knowledge of astrology onto it. Only after you have fully digested your results from the inventories, should you consider how your astrological chart corresponds to your answers. The inventories will draw out more surprising insights for you if you approach them that way. Even astrological experts stand to learn more about themselves and about astrology by tackling these inventories from a beginner's mindset.
I think somewhere the universe is pulling us in all directions. They want all of us, the 12 or 14 people, to become masters in thinking and destiny, it appears.
Actually, the same way, Percival also at the end, he put similar way, the 4 into one group of elemental.
That is why I think this book came into our radar.
Correct. Each set of inventories is accompanied by practices that you can do on your own or with others to heighten or improve the expression of all 4 elements in that area of your life. Each chapter also includes true stories of personal growth related to the domain being addressed. You can move the book in a number of ways. the 1 year course. You may choose to complete each chapter over a month of deeply engaged inquiry and action. If you are more thoughtful and measured in your approach to learning and growth, you will probably get the most from savoring each chapter over a month or so, absorbing and metabolizing every nugget you can get for as long as your soul wants. Taking the book as a 12-week course, if you are speedy and grabby like me, you may want to plunge in and whiz through a chapter a week for 12 weeks. If this is how you end up moving through this book, don't be surprised if you feel a little exhausted at the finish and need to take a break for a while before you come back to it. Selecting pieces that speaks the most strongly to you right now. So what are those? Selecting the pieces that speaks the most strongly to you right now.
Her
Each of
approach.
these
Yeah.
Each of these chapters is a self-contained unit. There is no imperative to go in order. You can pick and choose which chapters to focus on based on your current need or preference. So you can pick whatever you are suitable
Correct.
chapter.
Correct.
Sharing with friends, family, or colleagues. Okay, you can also share with friends, families, and colleagues. Looking at this book with someone you care about will enhance your appreciation of each other's unique makeups and help you to learn how to encourage one another's deepest gifts. You can ask friends or family to go through this book with you as an activity to build self awareness, empathy, and closeness. You can bring it to your work environment, focusing on chapters that feel appropriate to that setting to promote collegiality, colleagues, productivity, and that elusive sense of truly knowing the people you work with every day. Exploring with a partner or a spouse. Having been a therapist for 40 years, I can tell you that exploring these chapters as a couple will be transformative for your partnership. Elemental strengths. Within this book, you will find secret passageways to recognizing and utilizing your strengths. You will discover strengths that you may never have considered before, as well as strengths that feel familiar and can be built upon with recognition, affirmation, and conscious application and practice. For example, in my astrology chart, my strengths are fire and air. So, no matter what's happening in my life, I can lean into my ability to think and speak clearly, air, and my incredible gut instincts, optimism, and dynamism, fire, that is related to fire, to accomplish even the most tedious of earthly deeds like paying bills or taxes. With water, I come from a place of fiery play and
With
mental
whatever I
clarity.
tackle, not water. With whatever I tackle, I come from a
With
place
whatever,
of fiery play.
with whatever I tackle, I come from a place of fiery play and mental clarity fueled by a visionary overview. So she is related to air and fire,
Correct.
her chart,
No, she
her chart,
finds that is of strength in her.
strengths, correct. So whatever she tackles, she comes from a place of fiery play and mental clarity fueled by visionary overview. Where I feel less strong is in the areas of earth and water. Groundness and deliberation are sometimes truly challenging for me. To balance my natural strengths, I need to maintain conscious practices to enhance the earth and water in my life. A grounding, mindful daily
Yeah.
qigong practice, that is earth, a practice of consciously slowing down around my tendency to blurt and run people over with my boundless enthusiasm, that is earth, and a practice of empathy and space holding for people I care about who are having all the big feelings and need a listening ear, that is water element. My partner is nearly all water. Water is about feeling, about kindness, tenderness, softness, holding, and sensitivity. She can approach even the most challenging discussions and the most annoying people with grace and compassion. Just like water, she wraps her softness around a situation. Everyone behaves better when she is around because they feel bathed in her luminous, generous, flowing warmth. Her areas of growth are fire, earth, and air. Like me, she has intentionally worked to strengthen her expressions of the elements that are not naturally strong for her. What is true, though, is that her watery depth and compassion is her superpower, just as my fire and air are my superpowers. So
Hmm.
everyone has some
So you
superpowers.
will have your
The
strengths and weaknesses. You should know how
yeah,
to manage them.
how to improve the weak ones.
Correct.
Inside human beings is where God learns. Rainer Maria. He had the Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius and the Moon and Mars in Aquarius.
So she's just explaining those water elements and all that.
Playing your part. The times that we are not, the times that we are in are extremely chaotic. We are seeing all kinds of protests and challenges to existing social structures and traditions alongside fabulous innovations and discoveries about the best way into an equitable and sustainable future. So same way they are going this way and that way also.
Correct.
We are caught enduring ever worsening climate crisis and persistent economic and social disparities. This book is a pathway. This book is a pathway to your becoming an engaged and fully expressed global participant who can contribute to solutions. Doing your part could be the tipping point in making the whole world a safer, more sustainable, and hospitable place for all beings. Find your find your way to your most fully expressed life. Frees you up to do your part. So finding your way to your most fully expressed life, it frees you up to do your part.
If you are able to live your life fully expression loaded, that means being
That
mindful. Effectively, it means being mindful.
yeah, yeah.
Correct.
We have built such status around being extraordinary and famous that it is hard for individual people to see how much they matter. Every single person has the capacity to help, inspire, and take a stand for a better world for all. Some, some will reach a wide audience, so be it. Some will have their impact just within their family or with a few key friends or with animals. All these are legacy enough. We can all take a seat at the table where heroes sit. Every single person, including you. This is the ultimate purpose of the exploration you will undertake through this book. Yes, there will be self knowledge and self improvement and an improvement in the way you feel day to day. But I want to encourage you not to stop there. There is no small or insignificant part to play in the game of life. You are the only person who gets to play your part. We all need to support each other to land on what really deserves to be recognized and celebrated in our fellow humans and ourselves. Not the number of social media likes or followers or any other indicator of the amount of public attention someone receives, but the unique, powerful, sacred effort and essence of each human being. I am sure we can all agree that the true feelings of worth comes from loving fully, being loved well, and having just enough support and security and safety to live a life that has true virtue and meaning. It is imperative in this time that we recognize our responsibility to provide this not just for ourselves but also for each other, and that this can happen in small ways every single day in our everyday interactions. So
That is where
don't be
the effective learning, the application of what we are going to learn can be put to use.
correct. See, that's why you have to fulfill your life.
Mm.
Begin by going through this book with humility and dedication. As you learn and grow, also begins to see the beautiful expressions of the elements in unsung heroes in your life that do even their small part perfectly. Notice the warmth of the grocer. Notice the helpfulness of the server at a restaurant. Notice the joy of the delivery person. Notice the kind air of the folks who get paid to answer phones. They all want, as my friend Jen Buffett says, to be safe, seen, and celebrated. What does it mean to live in an animated, enchanted universe in which we are connected to the signals, signs, and metaphors of nature itself? It means that instead of seeing ourselves and our small egos as in charge of what happens and trying to manifest from a place of self interest, we see ourselves as part of a symphony of manifestation supported by an intelligent and sentient universe. It means that we are not intended to be cogs in a wheel, but specks of stardust packed with possibility. Most of us are disconnected from nature, caught up in the digital demands of the modern world, hurtling headlong through fast-paced, busy lives. The antidote to the emptiness, anxiety, and sadness this disconnection can found by balancing the elements. In this balance, we can truly flourish. See, that is what. So we are away from the nature, not paying attention to the nature. That is the disconnection.
Correct. Beautiful.
Chapter 1, the first domain, the first impression. Think about the first time you met a significant person in your life. They could be significant because you like or love them, or because they harmed or hurt you in some way. See if you can take yourself back to the moment you met them or first saw them. How did you see them? How did they feel to you? What did you pick up on? What did you pick up on in that first encounter? And once you got to know them, how much did your first impression capture that person's most essential qualities? The question of who we are when we first meet someone, how we appear to them when we have just walked into the room, before we even say hello, is the focus of the first domain, or the first domain of experience, the persona or the mask. That is our personality. How we portray our personality to others. Every person wears a mask. Every person has a persona that comes forward as a first impression. Each of us has a front that we show to the world. This is not at all uh, disingenuous or fake. It is neither bad or not good. The mask is just a way that we filter the world and the world filters us in those first encounters. It is a social strategy that is developed by all human beings at a quite an early age, and it is a true source of our strengths and gifts. Your assigned role. In our family of origin, we are each assigned to certain roles. Some of us are assigned to be the funny one. Others are designed to be highly responsible. Others to be the superstar performers. Others to be the truth tellers, willing to name the unnameable, and still others to be seen and not heard. Every one of us can recall the assignment we received in our early years, and we can feel it, and we can feel how it became an important part of our identity, sense of belonging, and ways of relating. We carry this role with us throughout our lives, and it translates to the persona or mask we show to the world. With this first domain of experience, we align with the first house in astrology. We are working with the statement I am. So that is I am persona, the first domain.
That's the survival We think relate back to the root chakra.
Ego.
Yeah, root
Basically
chakra.
defining the ego. Now, the first lower three are focused on your identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you come across when you first meet others? Are you the bull in the china shop? Do you come in loudly and demand attention? Do you enter reservedly and meekly and test the waters? Are you always looking for ways to be helpful to others? Or are you trying to impress people? So many of us have been raised to believe that looking good is enough. But is it real? Is it really? Are you one of those very put together people? Or do you come in with your freak flag flying? Each of these first impressions relates to the balance of elements in your fundamental makeup. Wow. How he's relating to these elements. The first impression we make is enormously significant. Research shows that within the first minute or so of meeting someone in a job interview, at a gathering, or on a date, our brains are firing millions of bits of information to put that person in some kind of category of likes and dislikes and instruct us to move away or move forward. A client once said to me that one of her worst fears was being judged when she walked into a room. I said, well, that is an accurate fear because everyone is judging everyone the minute they show up. It is not a bad thing. In order for our species to survive, each of us had to develop antenna to see who who is with us, who could be dangerous, who we know to approach with gentleness or caution. Everybody is judging everyone all the time. And as long as we recognize that this is what we are doing, it is okay. That is true. See, depending because of that personality, we go with people whomever we comfortable. We want to be with.
Correct.
But guess who we are most preoccupied with judging? That is right, ourselves. See, not other people. We ourselves are judging. I would say it is an 80-20 proposition. 80% of most people's attention is on how they are coming across and their own self reflection, while 20% goes to how other people are occurring to them. Once we relax with the idea that judging is just an instinctual sorting system, we do not have to try to remove it or shame the judge in our mind. Real maturity
This
comes in
80-20 is known as the Pareto principle.
what is that? It is known as?
The Pareto principle.
Oh, okay.
See, in 100%, if you take the scenario and analyze, there will always be 20% peak performers. And this
Correct.
20% will be doing 80% of the work. And 80% will belong just to the other side of the whole picture. This Pareto number, this 80-20 could be 55-45 also. As long as it is within that range, the performance can be expected to be timely. When it goes beyond, so this becomes a strategy that you deploy to manage a scenario.
Yeah. So basically, that's saying judging also is not bad. Don't be very nervous about it. Real
No,
maturity comes.
you use it appropriately is the message.
Correct. Yeah, not in a negative way. Correct.
Correct.
Real maturity comes in when we realize that our prejudgments of people are inherently flawed and unfair. That's what it, yeah. So prejudgments. And
Don't go
that
by
we should
looks
proceed.
and all.
Yeah, correct. And that we should proceed with actual curiosity and the willingness to learn something entirely different about someone than what we first assume. An awareness of personas and masks gives us many opportunities to question our prejudices and to better understand and forgive the prejudices of others.
Mm.
That's true. Always, instead of prejudging, we need to learn more about other person. The inventories that follows are designed to support you in assessing the balance of elemental energies that creates your default self-presentation and persona. They will give you a clear picture of the energy you bring when you enter a room and will reveal to you some of your predisposition and patterns, possibly showing you things you have never thought about before, and thus helping expand your repertoire. They will assist you in evaluating the impact of those energies on how you naturally occur to others and build on the weaker energies in a way that utilizes all your strengths while promoting some of your less developed sides. So
Mm.
we need to develop the weak ones. Assessment, role play.
Let us see whether it is the same. It is the same thing. We have actually gone through this part to some extent,
Okay.
so we will skip
Oh,
the.
yeah. Reading again.
Yeah.
Correct. After completing this assessment, notice what elements have the most checked or circled qualities. This will reflect well the persona you carry and the mask you wear. In astrology, it will probably correlate well with the meaning of your rising sign and are any planets in your first house.
Mm.
Role play practice. Sit down with a trusted other and talk about the role you were unconsciously cast to play in your family. Okay. How do you feel about it today? Or if you feel like investigating this topic in a more solitary way, journal, write a poem, or create a piece of visual art as you reflect.
Beautiful, no?
So to exhibit your personality, journaling.
The mask, you are assessing the mask. Having assessed, you start unmasking yourself.
Correct. Assessment, unmask yourself. What is someone's impression when they first meet you? What adjective would they use to describe you? Circle or check all those that are true. Then go back through and mark those you would like to be true but did not circle or check.
Beautiful, right? I think we have to do this exercise.
So that is yes, assessing your personality,
Correct.
and also how you improve.
Yeah.
Today I tried the journal part and I made the little visual also because I was in the page 6 where I was actually visualizing. So
Ah.
after ages, I did my first journal again.
Wow.
So then you go through this. What have you found? What are your
Yeah.
qualities?
So she said,
Definitely. Thank you, Mishraji.
I am is the key. Oh, I am is the key phrase for the first astrological house. Planets in this house introduce you to others without you doing anything. Even if your first house is empty of planets, the rising sign still puts something forward. If you know your rising sign, you can learn about the you that people first encounter by finding it in this list of I am statements. So Aries, I am bold. Taurus, I am beautiful. Gemini, I'm a communicator. Cancer, I am a nurturer. Leo, I am a performer. Virgo, I am a helper. Libra, I am a harmonizer. Scorpio, I am a prober. Sagittarius, I am positive. Capricorn, I am accomplishing. Aquarius, I am friendly. Pisces, I am sensitive. Wow.
See, ma'am, interesting. See, I am a cusp. Okay. I am a cusp of
Border.
Virgo and Libra.
Yeah, mine is the Sagittarius Capricorn.
Right. So you probe and you are positive, but no, you are accomplishing. Whereas I find these qualities predominantly in my behavior.
Hmm.
If you are a Libra, you are a harmonizer. You don't like noise.
But it really suits, depending up, I think, uh, Scorpio, I'm a prober. Prober in the sense like you probe into others. What
You
is that?
investigate more.
Okay. More curious.
Correct.
I am Leo and Scorpio.
Okay. Leo and Scorpio, how come?
Yeah, and it has to be next to each other. See, it is a 21st. We are in that
No,
that.
maybe in her ascendant she has got multiple combinations. That way, if I go, but these are your houses. These are the 12
My
domains.
my first four major arcanas or the houses are all the elements which are air, water, earth, and fire.
No, that's
So
okay. But here, what you have to do is the first house. It is not the elements.
okay, I'll definitely assess and I'll come back on this because that's how I've been learned so far. So I'll be blanking my slate and restarting it from zero to
Exactly.
understand this.
Yeah. See, that way, if I look, the first four of my first to fourth house, I've got uh, 10 planets are consumed there. Only 2 are sitting away. First 3 have got the 10 planets.
She is giving an example of her friends here. Let us read.
Yeah,
Having planets in the first house, having planets in the first house will enhance and color the impact of this first impression. For example, my friend has Leo rising, but no planets in her first house. She has so many of those creative, expressive, loving Leo qualities, but might have expressed them more fully or along added dimensions if she also had planets in her first house. And although I'm a receptive, open, optimistic, dorky kind of person with adventurous, outgoing, celebrity Sagittarius rising having Saturn and Mars in my first house has created a pattern where people who don't yet know me feel sacred of and intimidated by me. I always have to apologize for this at some point.
How did she come to the first house? Which planets are in first house? Did she give some
no,
way to find it?
she told about the app, no?
Oh, there is an app
It's
associated. I'm
basically your
missing
birth
it.
chart. It's
My
based
internet is
on
But
your
going
birth
back and
chart.
forth. Maybe I missed part of it. So
No, this is the basically it is the birth chart.
okay.
you know, she says the words I am have a great deal of power.
See, one sec. Where do I have? Ah, okay.
The app we spoke about was one was Astro, and there was one more app which we
No, you can
mentioned.
use any app to arrive at that. One sec.
Okay.
For example, you can use any map app. Why is this open? Now, if I go back to this, yeah. See, if you draw, even if you use any other approach, right? You start getting this is your main house, right? What they call the Lagna or whatever it is. Then who is where? If you take, if this is the ascendant, right? Now you know what are all the planets sitting in them. That's why I was saying, right? I have got in the first 3 itself, I have got almost all. Right? I am left with Mercury here and maybe this is the tail of the snake. Right? So now I will have to look at the qualities pertaining to these. This starts with Libra here. This is Aries, right? So this becomes Aries, Taurus. No, Aries, Taurus. So I will have to analyze that and then arrive at this picture. Okay. So it doesn't matter which form you are taking, you can still get the picture.
But here she is saying the next para, the words I am having a great deal of power. I learned a great exercise of saying 25 I am statements a day about my positive qualities. I am kind, I am gracious, and so on. And to also state 20 I am positive phrases about my body. I am beautiful, I am ageless, I am smooth, and so on. Knowing about the archetypes represented by my rising sign and the planets in the first house of my chart, it helps me create statements that really ring true. But I can craft them easily around any positive quality I can own about myself. If I can spot it, I have got it. And I expand it by naming it. See, that is what. So he's saying putting I am that that increases your power
Correct.
by naming,
You should know how to
expand.
map yourself. That exercise we'll have to do.
This exercise is powerful. Within 30 days, I noticed an incredible uptick in my personal magnetism and manifestation powers. Try it. Wow.
Now, unmasking is
Uh,
the next one.
yeah.
We'll stop here.
Okay. Very interesting.
So I think by next time we should practice this and come forward, right?
Yeah. So that PDF in the chart, we should pick what our elements are, elemental qualities.
Yeah.